This portion of the telethon is brought to you in part by PCL Construction.
Thank you to the following for making the CHEO Telethon possible.
I love how they tell me, okay, you're going to be reading some tweets, and I think, I don't know if I can get this far enough away to read these tweets, but I do like this one. Sergeant Mark Nethercott from our group, they're on the phone right now. We've got this one, helping out at the CHEO Hospital. Don't forget to tag CHEO Hospital Telethon with my tagged Ottawa police colleagues, and we thank you for that. And then you can give us a call. Wow, you guys got all the information in there, didn't you? 613-738-1450. And then don't forget to tag CHEO Telethon, Ott News, and Hero for CHEO. There's another one here that we're excited to see Miranda Pellet. She's been tweeting because they have a very personal experience. They're coming in at 4:40 today to talk about their little girl. Right now, we're going back to the phones.
Here we go, and we're ready with a new crew for our phones to get things going. Jesse Reynolds from Jump 106.9, second telethon.
Second year. I'm a pro now.
You rocked the first one.
Well,
let's be honest.
Opinions vary, Jeff.
Well, I know there were some negative tweets. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. It was so much fun. And Heather Ray from Boom 99.7. How are you?
I'm well. This is my first time, so
yes.
I'm a little nervous.
Very first time. You've taken all your advice from Jesse. Nothing can go wrong.
I know, right? It'll be great.
All right, we're gonna have some fun, and we hope you call us 613-738-1450. You guys will know that and dream about that number for the rest of your lives.
It's an important number.
It is, and we need you to dial it now. So make that phone call now, and we'll get busy on the phones getting some stories from people, and good luck out there, guys.
Thank you.
Let's get back to Kimothy.
Well, we have some very enthusiastic young people who want to show you the check, but first we're going to find out from Robin how this money was raised.
We go to Comic-Con and down to Cornwall for Cape, and we do photo ops and get exterminated by the Daleks and raffles.
Sorry, I'm going to need some clarification. You get exterminated?
By Daleks. They exterminate in good fun to raise money for CHEO.
What is that? Is it a game?
Kids can sometimes nominate their parents for extermination, so they make a donation, and mom and dad get a nice little blast of cool air.
Okay, well, as long as everybody does it in the spirit it was intended. Do you guys want to show us how much exterminating your parents raised? 6,249. That's a lot. That's a lot of exterminations.
It is indeed.
I love that you're just having fun raising money for the Children's Hospital of Eastern Ontario. Thanks, guys.
You're very welcome.
We're going to go back to the phones and raise more money on this beautiful day.
All right, I am here chatting with Colleen. Colleen, this is your first year volunteering, and what made you want to get involved?
Well, we spent quite a bit of time with my older daughter when her teen years at CHEO, and we just thought we should be giving back at this point.
Well, it's very important. It's where I discovered my love of orange popsicles, and without your donor dollars, they might run out of popsicles. What would we do? Is your phone ringing lots?
It's ringing lots, but it could ring a lot more, so please call.
Please call 613-738-1450. Over to you, Heather.
So I'm here with Sandra. Sandra, you have an interesting story to share with us. Tell us what your experience was at CHEO.
I've had many experiences at CHEO because Adeline had open heart surgery there at 8 months. But the story I'm telling today was just before Halloween, she had swallowed a nickel. And we didn't know what was going on. It was stuck in her esophagus. So we found out by going to the emergency room. We didn't know what was wrong, getting an x-ray, and I have the nickel here today.
You have the nickel. Oh my goodness.
So she went on the emergency surgery list to get it out.
And how old is she now?
She is 3 now. And here's a picture of her having a popsicle at the end. And she loves CHEO so much. The next day when I picked her up at daycare, she said, "Where are we going?" I said, "We're going home." And she said, "I want to go to CHEO," and cried. She wants to go to CHEO.
So having good experiences and maybe not so great experiences, maybe no more coins for her, right? Keep her away from the loonies and the toonies.
He said briberies, hopefully.
Looking for your donations at 738-1450.
Okay, you got to get it. We're just bringing coloring books in and that kind of thing. Trying to make someone happy here. It's a tough gig here at the CHEO Telethon. Sometimes because we have lots of young guests. We've got candy, we've got coloring, and that's all just for Lewis, right? For
Yes.
Dad.
Yeah.
Lewis is here with his son Ollie, who is 2.5, and who we're hoping will get a little bit happier about being up here at the anchor desk. A lot of pressure up here. Big tumor that was removed about 2 years ago, and you guys were here 2 years ago to share your story. Despite the fact that Ollie is a little tearful right now, this is actually a good news story.
Yeah, so Ollie was born with a tumor on his liver that was about the size of a pop can, and CHEO was immediately involved from day one, well, day zero. We were pretty much brought to CHEO immediately, and then had to go through everything along to find out that, to confirm that it actually was a tumor and all that stuff, and then what the prognosis was going to be, because we hadn't seen this, and from what we had heard and learned, CHEO hadn't seen this before yet either.
What you gotta love about parents is how they just roll with things. You have a crying toddler, live TV interview, just let it all happen, right?
Yeah.
We're gonna let Ollie have
These
a little
are
bit
first
of
world problems.
little first world problems.
Yeah.
There are bigger things, and we'll let him have a little bit of a break, and hopefully he'll rejoin us. I also have Kate Lockhart next to me, who's an oncology nurse. So you deal with kids in all different situations all the time. It sounds like one of the very toughest places to work, an oncology unit with kids. It also has to at times be the most gratifying, and Ollie's story is one that is really heartwarming, right?
Yeah, it's really rewarding. People, when I tell them I'm an oncology nurse at CHEO, often say that that must be the most difficult job. But I get to see kids like Ollie come back with a full head of hair years later, and I don't recognize them, and it's incredibly rewarding to work there as well. It does have dark days, but so many bright days.
And you knew Ollie a little bit, but you were actually off on mat leave for part of the time that he was in and out.
Yeah.
Congratulations to you.
Thanks.
Yeah, but it is so nice to see them at the end of treatment, and when there's sort of a post-treatment story, as we like to say, it's really wonderful.
Yeah, it is. It's great to see him, and he looks amazing. Unhappy today, but amazing.
Happy today. Well, we're going to try and get Ollie back up here a little bit, but if not, we'll talk to Dad Lewis about a little bit more about Ollie's story and what they've had to go through. But we are continuing to look for your donations, of course, 613-738-1450, and lots of groups have come in with checks today. We're back over to the check presentation area where Timothy is standing by.
That just made my day because, as you know, Trish, I've been profiling kids for somewhere between 25 and 30 years. And when I get to come here and see all of them here and healthy and giving me updates, it's heartwarming. And what you're doing with funding innovation, raising money for CHEO, why do you do it?
Oh, just CHEO gives the best hugs. They're so embracing and so warm and so caring. You can't not give to them.
How was this money raised this year, Phil?
We've been working with CHEO since 2014, and we operate a sealed bid art on auction easel. And we have been relying on the greatness and the goodness of all the retailers in Eastern Ontario. They host our easels, and they're the ones that make this program available. And we'd also like to thank all of the winning bidders that have bought up a piece of our art, and let them know that your contribution is making all of this possible today.
Show us what you raised. $32,367. That is a very, very good check. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Back to you.
Well, here at the desk with oncology nurse Kate Lockhart, and we have Ollie Biggs' dad, Lewis, and we're going to be talking more to them in just a little bit, but we want to share a little bit more of Ollie's story with you, the little guy that just ran off in tears just because he's having one of those days, because he's a regular toddler, and we love that. But it is unfortunately common for children to be in a fight for their lives. For a few, that fight begins before they even enter the world, and in this one such case, the tumor was spotted when he was in the womb.
Alexander Biggs is just 3 months old, but Ollie, as he's known, was fighting cancer before he was even born. In a rare event, he was a fetus with a tumor. Something unusual was detected at his mom's first ultrasound. As soon as he was born, the oncology team arrived. Ollie was diagnosed with a malignant tumor on his liver, close to a major artery. It had grown rapidly. It was now the size of a soda can. He would need chemotherapy and surgery.
Oh, cute. He is cute, isn't he?
That's when my brain went numb. That was probably, week 2, in around there, right? So that was the first time that I actually felt that I wasn't able to process more information at that point in time.
But time marched on. Hepatoblastoma needs immediate treatment.
The aim for hepatoblastoma is to get it to a point where it is resectable, where the surgeons can remove the tumor. And chemotherapy is the only thing that can do that, because chemotherapy gets into the bloodstream and goes everywhere.
The problem is a baby this young can only take so much chemotherapy, or the cure could be fatal. But chemotherapy is needed to shrink the tumor enough for removal. The chemotherapy is so toxic, he needs a catheter and frequent diaper changes as urine actually burns his skin. Even if he spits up, like all babies, that vomit is so toxic it burns his little face. If Ollie beats cancer, he will be monitored by CHEO for the rest of his life to ensure that other types of cancer don't develop in the future.
You have your stress tolerance from before, and now with your child's life in danger, it just changes. You have a new tolerance for a certain type or level of stress, and you just deal with it because you have to. You have to be there for your child and help them fight and truly understand what's going on. You lose it once in a while here and there because it's inevitable. It's a tough time.
And they are so grateful to have CHEO without having to break up the family or commute.
We're very fortunate, very thankful. All the help and support that we've been getting from the hospital, we wouldn't have been able to do it. They're absolute world-class people here who have been taking as good of care of us as they have Ollie.
738-1450. That's the number to call. And what an inspirational story about Ollie. Just breaks your heart. And it's one of millions. Right now, I'm talking to Courtney and Charles, two wonderful parents, about your daughter, Charlotte. I sense a theme there. I get it. I'm from a family of Jays. Tell us about Charlotte.
So when Charlotte was 8 weeks old, she underwent cranial surgery for metopic craniosynostosis. It was an endoscopic procedure, thankfully, much less invasive, and she was the first to undergo that surgery at CHEO. So then she underwent some 13 months of helmet therapy. She's 2 years old now and doing wonderfully, but we're endlessly thankful to the team at CHEO for their support and their help through that time.
What an adorable little girl. And you mentioned the helmet therapy, right? And something people don't think about is the small helmets that they would need. It's not adult-sized helmets. The specialized equipment that kids at CHEO need comes directly from your donor dollars. All you have to do is walk through CHEO to see where that money is going. So please donate. Pick up that phone, 613-738-1450. They're waiting to take your call right now.
I'm over here with Cassandra. So Cassandra, how did you get involved in volunteering here?
Well, I'm proud to serve with the Ottawa Fire Department, but I'm equally as proud to serve as a union representative for the many members that we have in the Ottawa Professional Firefighters Association. We've been coming many years to support the Telethon, and I look out now and I see, I'm kind of perched above everybody up here, but I see those that have come in on their off time to give back. We're often faced with stories of our membership where somebody is going through an incredibly hard time, or there's a tragic loss in one of our members' families. And what we do is we try and come back, and not only to give back to the community, but to let our brothers and sisters of the association know that we're here for them, and that we're doing everything that we can to just help them feel that support from us.
We are looking for your support today. 613-738-1450 is the number to call.
Well, I am here with a very big group of very proud RBC employees, and the check is an impressive one. Why don't you tell us first how you raised the money?
Well, thank you. I'm here with our incredible RBC team, just a small sample of the many employees who participated. We brought race for the Kids to Ottawa is one of 15 global races in support of children's charities, and we couldn't think of a better organization to support than CHEO. So
especially when you're talking about kids.
Exactly, but in terms of local institutions, CHEO really is an organization that's near and dear to so many of our employees. And together with my co-chair, we led the campaign last year and raised a phenomenal sum of money.
Yes, George, can we see how much money? Can we see?
Now this is our employees as well as members of the community, and we are so proud to show how we raised over $295,000.
$295,000. Thanks, guys. That's awesome.
In our inaugural year. And Sunday,
in year one, so next year double?
Oh, who knows? And that will be Sunday, September 16th, and we look forward to showcasing once again our incredible support for CHEO.
The community is welcome at that event, as you heard, so that you can come out and help this check grow even further. Even if, let's just go for 300 next year. Just that. You think?
We're going to aim high. Good. Yes, thank you, Timothy.
Thanks, Timothy. We're already a little bit teary watching your story on Ollie, and then big numbers like that made get the tears flowing as well. Ollie's just kind of walking around in the background here. Yeah, he's warming up. Yeah. It's maybe not a live TV kind of day. Sometimes they're not. But Lewis Biggs is here, Ollie's dad. Ollie is your youngest of 4, right? You had 4 kids under the age of 5, was it, when he was born?
Yep.
Oh my goodness. And then you're told at an ultrasound that there might be something, and it turns out to be a tumor that has to be addressed almost immediately after his birth. Tell me about what that was like, because any new parent would just feel that crushing weight and think, how do you ever get through that?
Yeah. Again, we didn't really know at the time when he was born what we were dealing with. We figured there'd be some surgery that would be required. We knew CHEO was definitely going to be part of the equation, but we didn't know to what capacity. And then when we found out that they suspected that it might be a tumor, and then we were thinking, well, okay, what then? And that didn't even hit me until they actually came back a few days later and confirmed, yes, it is cancer.
And what then turned out to be chemotherapy to shrink the tumor, and then surgery, and...
Yep, and as talks in the story as well, my mind went numb. I'm getting chills through the arms again, just reliving that experience. But all in all, we had no idea what we were up against, but we knew that we were surrounded by an organization who did know what we were up against, right?
So much fun that we're having this conversation about how well Ollie's doing as he's just running around us and kind of doing his thing, taking over the set. And that's totally his right today, because it's for kids like Ollie that everyone is here on a sunny Sunday and sharing their time. Yep. We love that you are here to share your story. Kate, this is pretty rare that you would discover a cancer like this in utero.
Yeah, it's never something that I've seen as a nurse at CHEO. I've been there for 7 years, and it's the first experience I'd ever heard of it as well. We see a lot of blood cancers with children. Solid tumors are really rare, and what Ollie had was even more rare.
And then the whole team scrambles and consults elsewhere and tries to bring in information from all over the world to figure out just the best way that they can address this type of situation. We're going to talk a little bit more about that coming up. But first, we're going to head over to Michael O'Byrne. Now, medication, of course, a part of life at CHEO. So making it as easy as possible to fill a prescription is very important. Michael and Amon are at CHEO, and they show us how to do it.
Amanda and I are back at CHEO. You might recognize this place as you walk in the front door just to the right. It's the pharmacy. Now, when you were a patient here, did you and your family use this place?
Yeah, so it was pretty convenient. I got some of my medicine when I wasn't feeling well, and all I had to do was take the elevator, and here it is.
And they're just like that?
Yep.
Well, convenience is a big part of this, and we'd like to talk to Jackie McInnes, who's the head pharmacist here. Families must say to you, boy, this is so simple. I can get a prescription upstairs, then I can get it filled minutes later down here.
They do indeed. It's an easy, convenient place to pick up medications. We're connected to CHEO as well. We're owned and operated by CHEO. We have prescription-directed printing right here in the pharmacy. We can even start our preparation of the medication before they've been discharged.
How important is that to families? Because they have so much on their minds, so much going on wherever they are in the hospital, and this must be something that just makes their lives so much easier.
That's right. We view it as taking some of the stress away, some of the questions and confusions, and they see it a little bit more streamlined because, again, it's CHEO and we operate on the same page as the rest of CHEO.
Now, Aman, we're going to do a little taste test here.
Okay, I'm excited. Let's do it.
Yeah, and part of this is just to make the medications more flavorful for children.
Yes, and also they get to choose the flavor, so they get to play a role in their medication therapy.
Want to try some?
Yeah.
Let's do it. So what do we got?
I've selected a couple of, I guess, more popular ones.
Can you open them for us?
Sure, I've poured a little bit out for you.
Oh, there's some in there? Oh, I didn't see it. It's so clear.
This one is the bubble gum.
Bubble gum? Okay, let's try the bubble gum.
Okay.
Cheers, everyone.
Cheers.
Tastes like bubble gum.
Is that the more popular one?
I would say the grape is the most popular.
Oh, okay.
Grape. Oh, I love grape.
This next one is cherry, actually.
Oh, cherry. Okay.
Well,
yeah, cherry's okay. Cherry's okay.
A little bit more potent, I think. Yeah. And this one is the grape.
The grape.
Okay, this, I have high expectations.
I like the grape.
Yeah, I really like that.
Yeah. I really like it.
And then I
one
thought
more?
I would mix it up a little bit. This one's sour apple.
Sour. Oh, okay.
Sour.
Let's see.
As medicine's not sour, no? Oh, well.
Yeah, there's a bit of sour to that.
Sour.
All right. What's your favorite?
Well, sour apple is more like medicine.
Mm-hmm.
It tastes more like medicine, so I think I'd go for the grape.
I'm going to go for the grape as well.
Yeah.
I like the taste of grape.
Great.
Thank you for giving us a sense of what a pharmacy like this means, because people see a pharmacy and they just think of it as a place to get medication, but we should be thinking of this pharmacy as a real convenience, shouldn't we?
Yes, we should. And we're open Monday to Friday, 8 till 6, and we're now open on weekends as well, 9 to 4.
Again, more convenience.
More convenience.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's get some more of that grape. We'll be back.
One of the things that we are very grateful for is the support of the Ottawa firefighters. Many of them are here answering phones today. And Dave Andre, you're here actually in maybe the best role, presenting a check, but how was the money raised?
So most of the money is raised during a comedy show, which we just had 2 weeks ago. We bring in comedians from Toronto and a couple of local ones.
Oh, so it's not you?
No, it's not me. And we've been very successful so far.
And how long have you been doing this?
I've been in charge of charities for 4 years, I believe now.
So you're the boss of the charities. Are you the one that told all of those fine people to come and answer phones?
So it's a good question. I'm the charities chair, but we actually email, and all our members volunteer on their time off for various events we do throughout the year.
Oh, wow, thank you. Can you share that with us, what your comedy night raised? $15,000. Well, one of us should tell them what it is. $15,000. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
Yeah, and thanks for coming and you know, on this beautiful Sunday, having everybody answer the phones too. It's a great group.
Thank you. We enjoy it, and a lot of us have had to use CHEO for our children.
Haven't we all? I know. That's why we're all here, I think. So back to the phones. I think it's Jesse.
It is Jesse, and right now I'm talking to Charlie and his CHEO bear. They drove all the way up from Kingston to volunteer here today. But we're having a hard time deciding on a name for the bear, aren't we, Charlie?
We certainly are. I can't decide whether to call him Echo or Ochi.
Ochi's CHEO backwards?
Right.
Well, we'll work on it. Now, yeah, you have a very personal connection to CHEO, but you also got a very interesting text while you were volunteering here today, didn't you?
Yeah, I have a friend in Kingston, Jacqueline. Her daughter has Williams syndrome and a heart condition, and they spent a lot of time when Amy was younger at CHEO, and it just boggles my mind that the people at CHEO do so much and they ask so little in return. And I just want to thank everybody for making the phones ring, and let's get them ringing again.
We don't want to hear ourselves think we want them to ring so much, so please call right now, 613-738-1450. Call right now.
I'm here with Alicia and Felicia and Anik. we're flying by the seat of our pants here, but we're going to make this work. So, Felicia, I wanted to talk to you because it's interesting because you wouldn't actually remember your time at CHEO. So you only know what you've been told, I'm sure, and the pictures you've seen. So tell us about your experience from what you've been told.
So what people have told me is that I was born with a congenital malformation. So basically what that did was that I wasn't able to digest my food. So so I wouldn't be here right now if it wasn't for all the help I got at CHEO when I was just a little baby.
And how long were you there for? Or how long, Mom? How long was she there for?
The first 2 weeks of her life. She was born and luckily had the surgery at day 1 of life. So we're very, very grateful to CHEO.
Wow, and we are looking for your support as well. 613-738-1450. Over to you, Jeff.
Thanks, Heather. Sam Davis, hi, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm fantastic. You've been going to CHEO for your whole life.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, and why? Now, tell us what you're dealing with and the reason you go to CHEO.
Yeah, I have a condition called Apert syndrome, and that requires a lot of surgeries. I've had at least 20 in my life.
Wow, it's amazing. That is, just mind-boggling, the things you've been through. But you and I were talking about the positivity that happens at CHEO and the people you meet there, other patients and the staff too, right?
Yeah, all the staff know me now, and whenever I go there, they're really excited when I'm there.
Oh, Sam, you're here. We love it, right?
Yeah.
I love that there's such a family atmosphere that people at CHEO really treat it like their home. But we need the phone to call, right?
Yeah, call right now.
Yeah, call right now, 613-738-1450. Thanks, Sam. You were great. All right. Let's get back to Patricia.
All right, thank you, Jeff. And we have Ollie joining us at the desk here. Happy for the time being. We'll see how that goes. Lewis Biggs as well, and Kate Lockhart, who is an oncology nurse at CHEO, talking about how incredibly difficult it is to have a child diagnosed with cancer at any age. Perhaps there was almost a silver lining in that when you found out about Ollie, he was so young, and when he started chemotherapy at 28 days, had surgery when he was 5 months old, so young that some of this he will not remember, and some of it he didn't understand what he was going through, as opposed to trying to talk to a toddler or a young child about the whole process.
Yeah, for sure. He'll never recall any of this, and that we absolutely appreciate. Probably the worst thing he has right now is that we have to go in for blood work every once in a while. So he's like, why? But that's normal to him, actually, and almost to the point where when we brought him home, he wouldn't sleep because he wasn't hearing monitors beeping and alarms going off, and just the ruckus of a normal day at a hospital, even at night, right?
So used to life at the hospital, which is sad to think that kids can get used to it at that young age, but some have to. And Kate, we talked about Ollie being really exceptional in that the parents found out before he was even born that this might be something that they were dealing with. But you see kids of all ages, and treating kids with cancer, a whole different set of dynamics than treating an adult with a cancer. For one thing, you're really dealing with the whole family as a client, right?
Yeah, so we see kids 0 to 18. Ollie was 0, and it's almost in some ways easier because they don't understand, like Lewis was saying. Dealing with preschools can be really difficult because they're very scared, but you do really have to embrace the whole family and take care of everybody, because a parent that gets that type of diagnosis for their child, it's crushing, and they need a lot of support too from social workers, from nurses, from physicians. So we kind of rally around them as a team and try and take care of everybody.
Right. Parents need you just as much as their young children do. We're going to talk more about the care for young kids at CHEO who are unfortunately in that oncology unit, and how the families are coping with some of that. Now, when we met Molly's family back at the 2013 Telethon, she was undergoing many tests and treatments to combat an aggressive form of brain cancer. For Molly, that time, as we were mentioning with Ollie, it is a vague memory, but for her parents, of course, it will always be a significant part of their lives. The family picture has changed dramatically. Every heart-wrenching moment of this makes this
You cute now or then?
all the more special.
Now when you're going through life and you have those little hiccups, you have those little things, going through that experience really brings it home.
5 years ago, more than a little hiccup.
The hardest was the first morning we found out. That was just such a shock.
A rare aggressive brain tumor pressing on Molly's spine, meant months of treatments, chemo and surgery, questions and unknowns.
You're dealt the cards you are in life, and you look at those and you play them as they are.
As time goes on, and now we're at that 5-year mark, it gets easier, and that relief is a little bit stronger.
5 years cancer-free, none of the developmental delays that could have been an issue. Maggie has a little sister to get in trouble with.
They don't really let us.
While playing ringette in the house, to hang out with in the basement gym, to dance with.
She's, both of them are very special.
She just has that inner glow. She's very positive.
The girl's parents now have the regular everyday life.
She's always happy, smile on her face. I mean, always. She has her moments, we all do.
That was the dream when this was the reality.
Do you like being bald?
No.
No.
The girls already give back despite having little memory of Molly's journey. When Molly's hair grew in,
Mine was here. Mine was longer than hers.
she and her sister cut it off and donated it. They do the CN cycle for CHEO, all smiles. The girls don't remember a time when Molly was sick. Her parents have been shaped by it.
You go past CHEO and you remember the exact window you're looking out, and you know there's other families in there going through the exact same thing.
There's a kinship with those families, with the hospital staff.
Having CHEO and the work they did for us was phenomenal.
And one simple wish for their own family, more of this.
Just be happy. That's all we can ask, and that's all we can hope for our children.
Here we go. Ready for a miracle match, and we have Bonnie and Ron, all from the Civitan Northern Lights.
Northern Lights, Canada.
I'm getting corrected. Northern Lights, Canada True North. Excuse me. All I know is you're helping out with a ton of money.
Yes, we are.
Tell me how we raised this money for a miracle match.
Some of us raised it through our clubs. Some of us have done through bingos and breakfasts.
And a CHEO jamboree.
Isn't that amazing? Okay, well, let's get it going, because this is where all the adrenaline gets pumping, right, guys? All right, here we go with a miracle match up to $7,500. Thank you to the Civitan Club for that, and we will start that miracle match right now. Jesse, why don't you kick it off?
All right. Where are we? I need to find a camera. Okay, I found one. We're kicking it off. We have 2 minutes and 56 seconds, so please call 613-738-1450. Something I just learned was that CHEO Hospital has a pet therapy program, 9 therapy dogs, just one of the ways CHEO makes it feel a little more like home. So please don't call right now so we can keep initiatives like that going. Heather, over to you.
This is pretty intense, okay? This is my first miracle match I have ever been a part of, but we are looking for your phone calls, and you only have a few minutes to call us, so do it now. 613-738-1450. That is the number, and we are ready for your calls. Look at all these people. They want you to call.
So excited about this. Heather, 2 minutes and 20 seconds left. The phones are ringing. Thank you so much. Let's get in on it, because when you donate $50, it becomes $100 right now, thanks to Civitan Club, who are willing to pony up that money. 613-738-1450. Let's max this out to $7,500. Jesse, it's all about the adrenaline.
It sure is, isn't it always? And right now, I'm walking by all these people. I want to find someone to talk to, but they're all on the phone, which is a great problem to have. So there's someone, oh, this guy's not on the phone. Call him, 613-738-1450. Civitan is going to match up to $7,500. Amazing. Heather, over to you.
This is kind of madness, okay? The phones have not been this wild since I got here, so obviously you guys are paying attention, so we appreciate that, but there are still some phone lines available, and we have 1 minute and 34 seconds left, 32 seconds, so taking your calls again, 613-738-1450.
All right, sir, what is your name?
David Gibbons.
David? David, you're not on the phone.
I know. I'd like to rectify that if somebody would call in.
Immediately, please. 613-738-1450. David is waiting to answer the phone. So many people here volunteering their time. Why not make their time worth it, please? $7,500 match from the Civitan Club. You have about a minute left. We'll double it right up to the last second. So when you give, as I said before, it doesn't matter what you give either. You give $5, it becomes $10. You double it. It's that easy. Jesse, why wouldn't you call right now? You would, right?
You would. You should. Please do it. 613-738-1450. I also just learned that CHEO has a kid clown school. Amazing. Can I sign up? We've heard that laughter is the best medicine, and with your donor dollars, we will help kids continue to laugh for years to come. So please call again, 613-738-1450. Heather, over to you.
This is your chance to double your donation. So by donating, like Jeff said, $5 becomes $10, $10 becomes $20. So this is your chance to make an even bigger difference. So we are standing by taking your phone calls, 613-738-1450. We've got about 15 seconds left, so get those calls in now. Get dialing, because this is the time with the Miracle Minute.
Last 10 seconds. Let's count it down. 6, 5, 4. You can still call 3, 2, 1. All right, that wraps up our Miracle Match. Thank you for participating. Let's get over to Timothy.
We were just talking about a story that was 23 years ago. Scott Tokasi died while playing baseball, the game he loved, from an undiagnosed heart condition, and he inspired an entire movement, including the two of you, to continue fundraising.
We did.
So how are you doing that now? Is it still the tournament?
It is, yeah. It's the biggest Little League tournament in North America. We had 46 or 48 teams last year and expecting the same this year.
And what is it like for the young people now? I mean, 23 years ago, but to know that, you know, this movement has been inspired by a young man who died out there.
I think the kids get it with the baseball angle and the fact that he was playing the game. I think the kids really kind of realize, and it hits home for them as well. We've had a lot of kids, actually, the teams will go above and beyond and raise funds themselves.
And it just keeps getting bigger, right, every year?
It does, yeah. We're at the point now where we have to turn away teams.
So let's find out how much you raised, and then I'm going to ask you to do some math and then tell us how much in 23 years we've raised. But let's find out about this year first.
All right.
$40,000, inspired by Scott Tokasi. Thank you. And lifetime?
That brings us to $380,000 lifetime.
$380,000. That's the kind of community support. Thank you so much. I appreciate this.
Thank you. We were just taking some selfies here at the desk. We were laughing about how we were all kind of cuddled up together. Yeah. But getting close is something that happens when you're at CHEO with a child with cancer. You form bonds with other parents who are in a similar situation, Lewis, right? It's sort of a really unique connection, maybe one you don't want to have, but in desperation, you kind of reach out to those other people who know what you're going through.
Absolutely. And I would say it's a bond that will never be severed. No matter what happens with our kids or with our lives, we still stay in touch with each other, and we still reach out, we still check in from time to time, no matter what's going on.
Awesome. A lifetime friendship. You need each other. And sometimes those connections happen in the playroom at CHEO, right, Kate? That's where a lot of families can go to kind of get away from the treatment side of things and have a little break and let kids be kids.
Yeah, so the playroom is probably the best part of 4 North. It's a place where the kids go, and we don't do any treatments in there. We don't do any painful procedures in there. We try and just let kids be kids, like you said. And it's a great place for their parents to connect and to meet other parents that are going through what they're going through. And as Lewis said, they form bonds and they support each other. And their kids become friends with kids that are going through what they're going through. It's a great place.
People are picking up the phone here to donate and calling 613-738-1450. We like to let people know just where those dollars are going to. This is real money making a real difference, and some of that money has gone to the playroom and to making it what it is for the kids.
Yes, when I started in oncology 7 years ago, we had a playroom that had really restricted hours, only open during like business hours really, but kids are there 24 hours a day. And now, thanks to donations, we have a 24-hour-a-day playroom that's open 7 days a week.
Right. Excellent. You don't have to go to CHEO quite as often as you used to, but still there for regular checkups and follow-ups. And is the playroom a favorite spot for Ollie?
So yeah, we don't go up to that one too much anymore because we're kind of outpatient. That's typically kept for patients that are, neutropenic and stuff like this, right? So, but yes, even talking about the playroom, it was a savior for even like the parents sometimes, where if there were no kids in there, you can just go sit there. You could even cry. You know, sometimes it was a place to go play a video game, watch a movie, catch up on the news, and not bother anybody else. So it's actually a very important room in that facility, and it's an intricate part of the care. For sure.
Nice little plug about catching up on the news. Maybe a few people even watching the CHEO Telethon on this very sunny Sunday today. Well, we're talking about cancer in kids. It's a tough subject. It is always a scary diagnosis, especially when the patient is a child. Now, for decades, the doctors and researchers at CHEO have been working with healthcare professionals around the world to share information about the most effective cancer treatments for CHEO's leukemia patients, who make up 20% of the children diagnosed with cancer. The advances have been absolutely amazing. More and more children are beating leukemia thanks to the work done right here.
CHEO staff members always consider a patient's point of view. So 8-year-old Sam Smitterly wanted to show us CHEO from his point of view by wearing a GoPro camera on his head.
I got ALL, leukemia, so I need to get this medicine called chemo. It takes away everything, like all the cells from your body, including the cancer cells and the good cells. That's why we need it.
Were you scared?
Not really. Before I was like, oh, it's probably just some weird cold. And I didn't even know what a lymph bone was.
So ALL stands for acute lymphoblastic leukemia. This is curable. 90% of children who are diagnosed with acute lymphoblastic leukemia overall are cured of their disease. So this has gone from a deadly illness 50 years ago to a curable disease of childhood.
But beating leukemia is still a long battle. Sam will need more than 3 years of treatment, which means he'll spend a lot of time at CHEO. He passes his days playing hockey with his dad or buying big during intense Monopoly games.
Why are we putting in there? 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
So much has changed since they thought that he just had a bad cold.
A couple of days later, I took him to get his blood tested, and literally the next morning, my family doctor called to say the news isn't good.
Wes then had to tell Sam's mom, Amanda, who was about to teach her grade 1 class when she got the call.
We feel very grateful for all of the support and for the care. Like, I really feel the quality of care is pretty exceptional.
Sam is on the road to recovery and has big plans to one day work with animals.
Maybe be a kindergarten teacher or a nurse or work at the bird sanctuary. No, my favorite bird is a crow. They're really intelligent.
After years of treatment, CHEO will continue to monitor Sam for years to come, ensuring he beats leukemia for good.
There he is, the star, Sam. You have a new hairdo since last time I saw you. How have you been feeling? Because you've had a bit of a tough month.
I'm feeling okay because earlier today, me and my sister and brother were playing.
Mm-hmm. So you had a bit of a normal morning.
Mm-hmm.
So you had a big fever, right? You weren't feeling really great for a while?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know why you had the big fever?
I don't know.
Then maybe your mom does. Big fever?
It's a big fever. He became neutropenic. It was just after all of the heavy chemo. It's kind of typical during delayed
Is it?
investigation.
Okay.
So, but the staff were wonderful, very supportive at the hospital, and yeah, it was a tough month. Lots of fever, and then we get better, and then fever again, and yeah.
So I think are we having a microphone issue? I think we're having a microphone issue. So, I'm going to put you on the spot
Sure.
to talk about what
okay.
is neutropenic.
His neutrophils, a specific type of white blood cell, were very, very low. And once they're below a certain level and they develop a fever, the concern is that there's an infection of some kind, and he's extremely vulnerable to infections at this point. So basically, he developed a fever one Wednesday night, I believe, and we had to bring him into the hospital, and it went away quickly, but they had to make sure that there was nothing there, and then the fever came back again, and what we thought would be 2 or 3 days in the hospital turned into about 3.5 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
But it was, Sam was great. He was very patient. There are a lot of things to do in 4 North. There's
Hockey, remember? We were playing
Yes.
hockey.
Yeah.
And studying crows. Sam, how are you doing with all of the germs and stuff like that? Because I know you have to be super careful about your immune system, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So are you able to play with other kids right now?
I can't go to their house, but they can go to my house. And actually, just today, I met my friend Caleb at the park.
So outside is good too.
Yep, outside. You can't catch germs outside.
Yeah, we want lots of hand sanitizer and stuff like that, though, right? You have that
Yeah.
at home? Yeah. What next? What's the next step for you right now?
Maintenance.
Maintenance? We're going to beat this thing, right? What's the hardest part, Sam?
Probably the beginning induction, but this one, delayed intensification was pretty hard too.
Yeah, in what way? Sick?
Felt
crummy?
Yeah, I felt crummy.
Yeah,
And my back and my stomach were hurting.
yeah. You look pretty strong now, I have to tell you.
Thank you.
You're doing a great job, Sam. Thanks for coming today. You just got out of the hospital yesterday? Yeah. So just in time. Thanks, guys. Really appreciate you sharing your stories.
Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Okay, let's look at it. It's Friendly. Everybody knows right away. Hi, Friendly from Giant Tiger. And John and Lauren are here as well. Let's talk about the teddy bear picnic, which is a big part of Giant Tiger is very happy and proud to be a part of.
So Giant Tiger is a longtime supporter of CHEO, and we're really excited to be part of the CHEO Teddy Bear Picnic this year. So make sure to come and check out Giant Tiger there, as well as our Tiger Train.
Right.
It'll be circling the grounds of Rideau Hall, so make sure to come say hi, as well as Friendly, who's with us here today.
Friendly's always around and always friendly, a friendly tiger, in case you're wondering. I hope you're cool with me constantly shopping at your store. I'm glad. Let's flip this over, Friendly, and John and Lauren, and see what our miracle match is. $5,000. Let's get it going. 3 minutes starts right now. Jesse, let's get those phones ringing.
Well, I just found out that 28,000 packs of crayons are used to help kids pass the time every year at CHEO, and it's those little costs that maybe we don't think of, right? So we want to keep the crayons coming. Finger paints too, markers, pencils, whatever. You can make it happen. 613-738-1450. Please donate right now. Heather.
The crayons and over 101,000 Band-Aids used annually at CHEO as well. So we are into a miracle match right now, so we are looking for your calls because any donation that you make is actually going to be doubled. So if you donate $10, that's actually $20. Great opportunity, and we have a whole new crew of people here ready to take your calls. 613-738-1450.
CHEO Telethon, putting our politicians hard at work. Lisa McLeod is right here on the phone. Glad to see the phone is ringing because we're doubling your numbers right now because of Giant Tiger. 613-738-1450. Make the phone call now and make your dollar go further. That's what it's all about. It's called a miracle match. If this is your first one, welcome to making your money go further, Jesse.
Over 420 discoveries were made at CHEO last year. 420, that's more than a new discovery every single day. And your money helps fund that research. 613-738-1450. We need to keep researching to find the cures, to find the treatments, to save our children. So important, right, Heather?
It absolutely is, and we are looking for your help. The time is ticking. You can see it right there on your screen. Just over 1:40 to go. So if you call now, whatever you donate will be matched by Giant Tiger. 613-738-1450. Let's get these people answering some phones.
90 seconds left. That's it. 1.5 minutes. 613-738-1450. When you call, you double your money. And we've got some busy people. Take a look. A couple of people here. But then we have some folks thinking, why won't they call?
No, they haven't called us yet. We're waiting, though.
We're waiting. We can make that happen. 613-738-1450. It's easy, Jesse.
Well, I found some phones that are ringing right here. They're ringing, they're busy, I'm distracting them, but it's for a good cause because this is our miracle match. We want Giant Tiger to match up to $5,000. You can donate right now, 613-738-1450. $50 becomes $100. Oh my gosh, I'm trying to do math. Save me, Heather.
I'll do my best. I will throw out another number for you. There are currently 471 research studies underway at the CHEO Research Institute. The time is ticking. Just over 30 seconds to go in this miracle match. 613-738-1450. That is the number to call, and Giant Tiger will match whatever you're donating up to $5,000.
Yes, here we go. In just over 20 seconds.
Okay.
Heather, the miracle matches are fun, aren't they?
I know, it's really intense.
The music. I like it.
Make the phone call right now. I know we're kidding around and having fun. We hope you are too at home. 613-738-1450. Let's count it down to 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We can do math. Okay. There it is. A wrap up on Giant Tiger's Miracle Match. Thank you so much to so many generous organizations that really make a community roll.
Yeah.
I want to thank you, Jesse. You're part of that as well from Jump, and we appreciate you being here with us today.
Thank you very much for having me. It's always a blast.
All right. This is his second.
Yeah.
I think you've earned a third. Okay.
You think so?
I think so. Yeah.
I'll ask the
And
director.
Heather from Boom, thank you so much, and you did a great job today as well. Thank you.
Thank you. I had a great time.
Awesome stuff. All right, let's get back to Timothy with some more presentations.
I have some new friends here with some very understated T-shirts. Team Morgan. Tell us about Morgan.
So Morgan was our daughter. She was diagnosed at 9 years old with rhabdomyosarcoma, and she fought a hard battle for a year and a half, but unfortunately she's one of the stories that doesn't have a happy ending. She passed away in 2010. But her extended family of the Ottawa Fire Department, mainly Gary Shaver and Martin Herday, came together and wanted her memory to live on. They knew that I was petrified of people forgetting who she was. So they formed Team Morgan, and every year we've worked together in different events to try and raise money in her memory. And I see the big impact that she had, even though she's been gone for almost 8 years now. People know who she is. They recognize our bright shirts, and they support CHEO with the help of the fire department putting on events. So we do an annual car wash every year, last Saturday in May, and hint, 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 hint. And the last couple of years, the guys have helped organize a 50K relay style run throughout the city, checking in the different fire departments. So this check represents what we raised last September, as well as 2 weekends ago in a 4-hour car wash.
So I'm glad you're here to see this, though, because then we don't forget. Right. So how much did you raise this year? Wow. Okay. $34,857 to remember Morgan. Thank you.
We're almost coming to the end of our hour here with Kate and with Lewis and with Ollie, and we're going to tell you how much we've raised so far in just a couple of minutes. We're getting inspired by the stories we're seeing as well. And Kate, we shared Sam's story just a few minutes ago. Timothy spoke with his family there on the couch, and you had a chance to work with him. I'm sure you have rough days doing what you do, but it's kids like that, the brave kids like that kind of inspire you, right? When it's tough, you look to what they're going through and you draw inspiration from that.
Absolutely. I worked with Sam very recently, and I kept hearing this noise, this clacking noise, and I couldn't figure out what it was. And I looked down the hallway, and Sam and his dad were playing mini sticks at the end of the hallway, and Sam was cheering. I'm pretty sure he was winning. But it doesn't really matter what these kids are going through. They just continue to be kids and are so strong, and their families and the staff around them draw from their strength, for sure.
And with certain families and kids, there's going to be that bond that is really strong for you. People talk about, don't take your work home with you. Of course, you do take your work home with you, and some of these families are on your mind when you're at home with your 3 kids and day-to-day life.
Absolutely. For me, I have little kids, and so I find that I always think about kids that are around the same age as my kids, and I think about their families. But some of them come back years later and visit, and like kids like Ollie with a full head of hair, and we don't recognize them anymore, and they're in a completely different place than the last time I saw them, and that's really, really rewarding.
Those are the incredible moments, and Lewis, you were saying that too. It's amazing when you get to go back and reconnect with some of those people that helped you through your very hardest times.
Absolutely. It's awesome when you see somebody absolutely do that exact thing where they walk right by your son and they don't recognize him, and you're like, hey, we used to be very close. And they're like, oh my goodness, look who it is, right? And then they realize who it is, and then they're just blown away. So yeah, those connections, and they never go away.
Ollie has hair now.
Absolutely.
But that's not the only difference. He's a thriving 2.5-year-old. Tell me about this guy. He's been hopping in and out of our shot the whole hour long. He's a busy 2-year-old, obviously. What's he like, and what's he brought to your life?
He's actually like our busiest child, right? We have 4, and he keeps us on our toes. You wouldn't know. To see him out in public, you would not have known that he had to go through any of this. And we're so grateful for CHEO and the foundation to keep him alive, right? So,
absolutely. Yeah. We're going to show that tote board in just a minute, but you wanted to challenge people out there to make a phone call and take a moment to donate.
Yeah, 15 years ago, without the research that the foundation has been able to do and other places, and not yet, soon. Pretty much what we're trying to say is that he wouldn't have been probably able to survive 15 years ago. But with the research that the foundation has done and other organizations across the world, we have been able to do so. So I can't cure cancer, but I can absolutely call on other people to help support those who can.
And people are doing just that. Beautifully said. So we are going to go over to our tote board and check on our total for this hour. I don't know if Ollie wants to help us out with a little count here.
You want to count down, Ollie?
We're going to do a 3, 2, 1. Can you do it with us, Ollie? 3, 2, 1. There is our new total, almost $3.5 million raised, $3,433,151. Thank you to everyone who has taken time today to get online or to call and donate. We appreciate it so much. Thank you to Lewis and to Ollie and to Kate for being here to talk about the very difficult subject of childhood cancer. The CHEO Telethon continues right here on CTV.
I'm with the fun group. This is Eric. Eric, you're going to tell us why all of these beautiful children are here holding a check and how you did it.
Well, we like to support the local hospital and in our different schools. I have Paul with me here from the school in Emberham, Guillaume from the school in Castleman, and Mr. Gilles, who started the initiative. We fundraise with different activities, chewing bubble gum at school.
Wait a second. Chewing bubble gum at school? We're allowed to do that now?
Yes, if we pay a bit of money for CHEO.
Oh, okay. So there's a catch. Did you all chew gum? Yeah, well, of course, you probably, there wasn't anybody in the school saying, no, I don't want to be chewing bubble gum. So you're teaching them early on to be community givers.
Yes, we have many initiatives in our French Catholic board to do so.
Okay. Do you guys want to flip the check and show? $4,224. That's a lot of bubble gum, isn't it? You sold a lot of bubble gum and you're doing great. Has anybody here been to the Children's Hospital? You have. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, well, and actually adults, we can put our hands up too. Thank you very much, everybody.
Thanks for having us.
Okay.
All right, we're out in the lobby with Chris Weisbach from the Phoenix Boxing Club. What's going on out here?
Well, we're doing our Punch It With Purpose, which is a boxing marathon to raise money for CHEO.
And you've got kids. Now, how did you get involved in this?
It was just my way of saying thanks to CHEO. I had a great experience with CHEO with the care for my daughter, and just wanted to get our gym involved and in the community and help out. And all of our boxers and coaches, it wasn't a hard sell at all. Most of them are parents, and they've had great experience with CHEO as well. So it was a great way to challenge our boxers and give back to the community at the same time.
And it's nice. We've got the kids here taking part. It's nice to see the kids helping out, and I guess they would appreciate it.
Yeah, it's full circle. Actually, my daughter was boxing this morning with me at 9 o'clock. So this is the first time that she's done that, and she's 9 years old, and it's her way of giving back to CHEO as well too. And then we have a youth group that's boxing at 3 o'clock, and it's fantastic.
And I've boxed before. It is great exercise, and it's a great way to stay healthy.
Yeah, it's a win-win for everybody. It's a great workout for our boxers, and it's a great institution to get donations for.
All right. Congratulations what you're doing. Keep it up, and look forward to you raising a lot of money.
Okay.
Back to the desk.
Terry Marcotte. We are here with a regular here at the CHEO Telethon from Gabriel Pizza, renowned across this area. George, why do you keep doing this?
The love for the hospital. I was just explaining earlier that it's great to have a hospital such as CHEO in our city, and whatever we can do to help support it, we want to be part of it.
And you're leading by example, right, for Michael?
Yeah, for sure. I'm trying to show him that he's going to take over one day, and this is where he's going to keep coming by to do the check presentations.
Training for the business and for doing CHEO. How much did you raise this year?
Well, let's turn it around. $10,000.
Wow. 10,000. Well done, Michael.
It's all Michael's hard work.
You could be a little competitive with George later and see if you can, add to this next year. Thank you very much. Your continued support.
Thank you so much for everything you guys do.
All right, take care. And I think back to the desk.
Actually, over here to Gaming Paradise. These gamers have been gaming for 20 hours so far to raise money for the Children's Hospital of Eastern Ontario. This is Christy McPherson. Christy, how did you get this gig?
So I found out about it in 2012. Extra Life raises funds for the Children's Miracle Network, and the hospital here is CHEO. I love games. I love kids. I signed up, and here we are.
So how many years? How many years?
So I've been doing it since 2012. Extra Life has been around since 2008.
So if you want a game to raise money, all the gamers out there, this is your chance to get on board. For next year, the gaming donations are online?
Yeah, so you can go to extra-life.org and sign up. And our goal this year is $100,000.
Awesome. And as well, CHEOtelethon.com. That's how you do it.
Thank you to the following for making the CHEO Telethon possible. Monthly giving is one of the easiest ways to be a hero for CHEO. Become a new monthly donor during this year's telethon and help CHEO kids each and every day. Payment is possible by credit card or direct debit from your bank account. Call now and be a hero for CHEO all year long.